morning. I'm here to do my read aloud for my children's literature project of 2018. I'm going to do Tell Me Tree, All About Trees for Kids by Gail Gibbons. And we're going to go on and get started. So here are just a couple of pictures of some leaves of trees. And now we're going to actually get started on the reading portion part. Tell me tree. Trees. Trees are wooded plants. Their trunks, limbs, and branches are their stems. Some trees are small, no more than a few inches tall. Others are big, and still others are huge. Trees grow almost everywhere, except where it is extremely cold or dry, or in places at high elevations. The California redwood, some pictures of, a small tree, and then it gets bigger, taller. Different kinds of trees. Some pictures of some different kinds. Trees need light, moisture, soil, and space to grow. Different trees grow in different environments. Some like cold weather. Others grow where it is warm year-round. Some trees like wet places. Others grow in dry climates. Seeds. Tell me, tree. All trees, even the biggest, begin their lives as seeds. These seeds come in different shapes and sizes. A baby tree is called a seedling. A seed sprouts when a small root begins to grow. As the root absorbs water and minerals, a tiny stem with just 2 small leaves begins to grow above the soil, just like in this picture. In time, the stem becomes hard enough to be called wood. Small branches begin to appear as buds that turn into tiny leaves. The hard, woody stem is called a tree trunk. Bark. Tell me, tree. A trunk is covered by a hard layer of wood called bark. Bark protects trees from weather and insects and animals that attack them. Different kinds of trees have different kinds of bark. Hard or soft, thick or thin. Tell me more, tree. Underneath the bark is a thin layer called the phloem. The phloem carries the food made by the leaves to the branches, trunk, and roots of the tree. Next is the cambium layer. The cambium layer forms new growth for the trunk of a tree each year. Inside a tree. Each ring of a tree represents 1 year in the life of the tree. The next layer, the sapwood, is made up of tiny tiny tubes that carry water and minerals called sap from the roots to the leaves. The center of the tree is called the heartwood, dead and solid sapwood that gives a tree its strength to stand. Roots. Roots grow from under the tree trunk down into the ground. Tiny root hairs at the tip of the roots take in water and minerals from the soil to help the tree grow. Roots anchor a tree in the ground and help hold it upright. Most trees have as many roots below the ground as they have branches above. Leaves. Tell me, tree. The leaves of a tree make food for the tree to grow. The leaves pull up water from the roots and breathe in a gas from the air called carbon dioxide. Inside the leaves is a substance called chlorophyll. The chlorophyll in the leaves gather energy from the sun. It mixes with water and the carbon dioxide to create food for the tree called sugar. This process is photosynthesis. Trees use food from their leaves to grow new wood, branches, twigs, buds, leaves, seeds, nuts, and fruit. The fruit of trees is often sweet from the sugar that leaves make. Trees need their food to stay alive and renew their growth. When leaves make their food, they also make a gas called oxygen. The leaves release the oxygen into the air. People and animals need oxygen to breathe. Most of the oxygen in the air comes from trees. Tell me, tree. Evergreens are also called conifers. Although leaves come in many different shapes and sizes, there are only two different groups of trees: evergreen trees and broadleaf trees. Most evergreens have needles that are thin and scale-like. Because most evergreens keep their seeds inside cones, they are also called conifers. These trees lose their needles or leaves a few at a time throughout the year. Evergreen means the tree keeps its needles or leaves all year. Broadleaf trees. The leafy top of a tree is called a crown. Broadleaf trees have flatter or wider leaves. Many grow flowers and fruit and produce different kinds of seeds. Most broadleaf trees are deciduous. That means they lose their leaves in the autumn. Some leaves turn beautiful colors before they die and fall. In the spring, Broadleaf trees grow new leaves. Tell me more, tree. Identifying trees. You can identify a tree by looking at the shape of its leaves. Some leaves are smooth-edged, some are rough-edged, some are very big and broad, others are small and thin. And just got some more tree leaves that they're showing that you can use to help identify which tree goes with which leaf. Tell me more, tree. Trees are used in many ways. They are harvested for their wood to build homes and to make furniture, crates, paper, pencils, thousands of things we use every day. We eat the nuts and fruit grown on trees too. Many animals and birds make their homes in trees. Millions of trees are cut down each year. It is important to harvest trees carefully and to plant new ones. Future growth is important because trees make oxygen for people and animals to breathe. Their roots hold soil together to keep it from eroding. Also, they make the world a beautiful place to live. And then in the back here, just some activities that I would probably do with my kids outside. I take them outside and do these activities. They're very simple. So these are probably what I would do, or at least one of them I would do after I'm finished done reading the book. And then here are some tell me lots more about trees. And it's just some interesting facts that are about trees.